This is gonna be a first. I don't tend to talk about a lot or do much of a lot, but lately a lot has been getting very hard. I wake up feeling sick to my stomach. I go to sleep dreading the next morning. I've made mistakes. I've had things happen to me, but for some reason, I feel as if life refuses to turn around for me. Instead of breaking free to move forward like everyone says I should or can, I instead relive everything poor or bad that there is to think of. I remember terrible things that have happened to me when I was 5, 6, 8, 7. It's every year, every day, and it gets harder and more rough by the turnout. It is confusing because even with all of that, I can't bring myself to end anything or make a drastic choice. And it isn't because I'm thinking of others. I'm not even thinking of myself. There's so many things I want to experience. There are so many wonders I want to see. There are so many people I want to see grow and flourish and be happy. I want whoever watches this to be happy. There's something that I have tried to establish within myself to live by every day now. I don't want to live by past actions. I don't want to live by own actions. I want to reflect and give myself self-respect to be happy. People embarrass themselves. People will cry. People will attack you for being you. That's just how the way the world works. But I don't like seeing other people give up because others make them. Everybody, even myself, has been put on earth for a purpose. We don't consciously think enough for no reason. We don't exist, breathe, and coexist with one another on a 1 in 80 trillion chance. It doesn't matter what you believe in. If you're a Christian, if you're a Buddhist, if you're an atheist, we're all united in many different forms, shapes, and ways, and different kinds of aspects to take into accountability or take into hold. We are the same species. Race doesn't define us. We are the same, yet we are different. You may like Five Nights at Freddy's. I may like Minecraft. You may like laughing. I may like crying. I find that a better release. But I feel like a lot of people have begun to grow comfortable with the fact that if you're different, I hate you. If you're different, I don't want to be near you. If you're different, what will others think of me if I'm seen with you? But being different is what makes us special. People say that all the time, and you'd think if it's said enough, that'd give it some truth, but being different is what makes us happy. And I'm not going to use the example of if I wasn't different or none of us were different, we would just be robots. We would be sitting ducks. It would be the same thing for everybody. We'd laugh, we'd cry. It would be the same robotic movements back and forth, on and off. We'd never have a freedom to feel, to laugh, to cry, however we would prefer to. That's not even what I'm going to say. Everyone is so individually unique that if you really pause, if you really, and I mean really pause, and you take a step back to just look at someone, there are so many unseen things that you will notice that you would have never noticed if you don't just stop to look. And that same lesson can be equivalated to anyone's life. If you don't stop to figure out what you're missing out on, or stop to figure out what bad you're doing or what bad you're causing, or hey, maybe if I go on this run, I'll come back feeling refreshed and happy. If you don't stop and think, you'll miss out on a lot. And it took me a really long time to figure that out. And yeah, I'm 16. I know I have a long time ahead of me, but I've been through enough fair share of ordeals to know that life won't be fair. Everyone is going to go through something. No one is going to have a perfect life. No one is going to have a perfect childhood. You may be watching this, and you may be going through something, and it may just find you at the right time. You may disagree with the message. You may approve. You may agree with the message. But at the end of the day, you are human. Just as I am, you are going to feel. You are going to cry. You are going to laugh. You are going to feel angry. But I feel like for a lot of people, they act on impulse. Suicide really is a temporary, is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. There are many people, me included, who have been suicidal very, very many times, but I don't, because regardless of what people think, you're not alone. You do have something going for you. You do have a future. You are worthy enough to smile, to cry, to laugh, and you don't have to be a good person. You don't have to be a good person to get to be able to experience that. You are human. Humans deserve to live. Humans deserve to laugh and cry whenever they want, however they want. It shouldn't be a, oh, you're sad? Yeah, that's the only reason I'm going to let you cry. Literally only because you're sad. No. At the end of the day, I'm going to feel, you're going to feel. I want to make these videos to let people know that no matter where you think you're at, you're never going to be alone. There's 8 billion humans conscious enough to be there for you in a way you can't even comprehend, in a way you don't yet know you deserve. You may be watching this thinking you're not worthy of love, or you're not worthy to feel wanted, or you're not worthy to feel this way, or you may feel guilty about something, or you're contemplating doing something, but don't. Step back and look at this as an opportunity. If you use your pain as an opportunity to grow, you will be stronger, and that is easier said than done. And it does help when you have a strong support group, which I will throw in, but it all gets better no matter what. If you give time, it will heal. If you give patience, it will be better, and you will be better. Pain does make a person stronger, and I know that's never a fun thing, but physical and mental pain does make someone stronger. If you put an immortal human in a tank and constantly filled it up with lava, eventually, after long enough, they're going to stop feeling pain because they've begun to grow used to that sensation. And I know that's not an excuse or a good enough way to say, hey, you know what? You're going through something. You're struggling. You should low-key just do it long enough until it gets down. No one should have to go through pain. It's not fair for anyone, yes, you watching this, whoever you may be, or me, or anyone else in the world. It's not fair for them to have to struggle or go through anything. Because at the end of the day, we all deserve to live. We all deserve to laugh and cry. But no one, and I mean no one, deserves to feel pushed down for it. No one deserves to have to look at themselves and hate the way they look. No one has to look at themselves and feel the way they feel. It's not fair. You shouldn't feel sad or upset, and you're valid for feeling that way. There's no reason or in anyone's world or right mind where I'm gonna sit here and tell you, you know what, just because you feel sad, that's not fair to me, and you know what, I'm gonna be upset at you. No, I don't know what you may be going through. It may be so bad, it may be not bad. But don't give up on yourself, and don't give up on others. You have a future bright enough to look at it and wonder where you could be at. If you like nature, go on that jog. Go on that trail you've been holding off. Go ask your family, or sit down and talk with them. Tell them how you're feeling and say, I'd like to do this as maybe a source to help. Find new hobbies. Be happy. If living the same way and constantly doing the same things over and over again, expecting you to feel better and to change, no. Sure, for some things that may be possible because you may be used to it, but it never makes it better. Unless it's a good situation to start off with, it won't get better. If something's bad and you stay in a situation where you constantly let it stay bad, it won't get better no matter how hard you wish it. If you're a religious person, you could ask God to. He won't. He's giving you that battle so you can get out of it, or you can learn the materials or resources to get out of it. Or if you're an atheist, it's the same way. You don't have to believe in something, but still. Find new hobbies. Find stuff that makes you happy. You shouldn't have to rely only on yourself to feel excited. You shouldn't have to rely only on others to feel happy. It takes you to be great. It doesn't take your mom. It doesn't take your dad. It doesn't take your family. It doesn't take your friends. It doesn't take your girlfriend or your boyfriend. It takes one person to be great, and that's you. You can ask for it. You can wish it. You can try and speak it into existence as much as you'd like. But no matter where you stand, only you can reflect and move forward for yourself. Only you can make yourself feel true happiness. Other people can give you a temporary increase in feeling real happiness. But if you want to feel that way in a long run, it takes you to want to get out of the hole that maybe you've dug yourself into, or maybe it got dug for you and you were thrown in. Regardless, a lot of people self-loathe, and that's not selfish. Sometimes it's easier to self-loathe than to want to get up and do something about it, because maybe that one thing makes you feel like shit, so you don't feel deserving enough to want to grow out of it, or you feel comfortable and safe enough. But as humans, we are capable of constantly growing no matter what. I could be 80 and still growing mentally, or my business, or my life, my happiness, my emotions. It doesn't matter where you stand. Us as humans are constantly able to grow, and we should use that as a resource to want to always be better no matter the circumstance, for others and for ourselves. We shouldn't want to tell other people, oh, you're chopped. We shouldn't want to tell other people or make fun of others, because at the end of the day, you could have been dressing like that quote and I quote cornball outfit. You could have been in a poor financial predicament to have to be in those clothes, and you wouldn't want to be made fun of. And it's a hypocritical lie to say you would want to be made fun of, or, oh, I'd take it. No, you wouldn't. It doesn't feel good in any capacity. Bullying isn't okay. Feeling bad isn't okay. There's a lot of mental things in the world, and there's a lot of people in the world that want to see you fail, that don't want you to be better for you. And you know what? That's okay. I believe in you. I want you to do great. I expect great things from you. I know you can do it, and I know you're destined for something that's beyond the epitome of greatness. You have a lot stretched out for you, and a lot going for you, to the point where if you just think cutting yourself short and cutting yourself off from being able to experience life, it isn't fair. If you're inside all day, you're right, you're not going to enjoy life. And that's a hard truth. You may think, oh, but I want to enjoy life. But if you're constantly inside, how do you expect to do that? If you're constantly doing the same things, how do you expect to feel anything else? Albert Einstein said, repeating the same thing and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity. If you have a problem and you self-loathe about it, and years down the line, you haven't tried to get up and be better for yourself, not for others, for yourself. And yes, you should want to be better for others too, but most importantly yourself, because at the end of the day, it's you versus the world. But that's insanity. You can't sit still and then expect nothing to change when you don't want it to change. People have become so comfortable being on their phones, talking on the phones, and not being open and honest with themselves. The world has become too comfortable shutting themselves off. The world has become so comfortable spreading hate instead of love. I used to tell, I don't have many friends now, but I used to tell my friends, I love them all the time, that it made me weird, it didn't make me gay, it was the truth. It doesn't matter what race you are, it doesn't matter where you stand, if you're homophobic, which you shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, that is a human choice. It is a human choice, or a natural human choice to say, hey, I'm gay. It doesn't make them weird. It doesn't. You do something that someone else finds weird, and you wouldn't like it if someone else walked up to you about something you feel very strongly about, say, hey, you're weird for this. I don't like you. That's very rude, and that's hypocritical. My point being, we've grown so comfortable spreading hate that we don't know what it's like to spread happiness. We don't know what it's like to make others happy because we've gotten so comfortable constantly hating one another to the point where we can't care for them, much less care for ourselves. If you really I want you to step back. I really do. And I want you to look at your life and I want you to tell me something. Are you happy? Is what you're doing right now in this moment in time really making you happy? Is your life pleasing? Is the way you're living sufficient enough to where you don't feel bothered or uncomfortable for where you're at? If you even have to think about that answer, then you're not. It isn't about but I'm waiting to do this. Get up and do it. Don't wait. Get up and go. You deserve happiness. You deserve freedom. You deserve the opportunity and chance to experience whatever it is made for you. You aren't just here for no reason, dude. And that's the truth. You're put here for a reason. And to say that there isn't a reason isn't fair. It's not. And I know I may be repeating myself, same point, same aspects, but I genuinely feel like for a lot of people, they would rather self-loathe and pity and sorrow and sadness than be happy. And they would want to turn around and say, oh, but I'm so sad, I can't do it, oh, dang it. Instead of actually deciding, you know what, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do that homework assignment you've been putting off. Get up and do it. Go. Just go do it. There's nothing stopping you, and if you think there is, you're full of crap. And I know that may seem blunt for the context or the position I'm trying to put this video in. It's mainly a motivational message to put you up there, to make you want to be great. But you, at the end of the day, you are completely valid for struggling. You are completely valid for feeling sad. You are completely valid for feeling angry. And sure, sometimes the way you go about it is very unvalid. Sometimes it's not right. Maybe the other person didn't do something and they feel like you're attacking them for no reason. Or maybe that isn't the case at all. Maybe they did something and they upset you, and they deserve to know how that made you feel. But at the end of the day, it's up to you to be better. It's up to you to get out of the solution you're at. Yes, and yes, I agree. People will help you. It is recommended, and I'm not going to sit here and say don't. Get people to help you. Reach out. Talk to someone, even if it's hard. The words get caught up in your throat. Take time to think of how you want to word it. Take time to get it out of your throat when it gets caught. Just take time. Everything takes time. Healing takes time. Speaking takes time. This video takes time. But don't cut yourself short of the things and the great, amazing things you're destined to do and be just because something is bothering you. You can reach out. You can be happy. You can be okay. And I'm not going to sit here and say it's selfish for wanting to kill yourself or feeling depressed. It's not. You feel that way for a reason, and to say it's selfish is bashing the reason at hand. That's not fair to you. I know that. I've known it firsthand. I know what you're going through, and you may not want to hear that, or it may not mean much, but I do. I was going through very bad stuff. Something really, really bad happened to me from someone of the opposite sex when I was 5. I feared a whole gender spectrum because of it. I grew up trying to avoid them. If any female got close, I would, as funny as it is, pee myself and curl into a ball and cry. It got bad, but I moved forward. It sucks talking about it, I'm sure, but I moved forward so I can have the opportunity to smile. Let's be real. It's not great crying. It doesn't feel good. It never has, and it never will, dude. You don't feel good. You won't feel good. You won't ever feel good. That is something you have to work towards feeling. It can become naturally from other people. I agree. It can come naturally. But it's easier to feel happy than it is to feel sad. If you hold grudges against someone, it's going to take more out of you than it will to just forgive them. Just be friends. Just forgive that one person. Reach out. Because at the end of the day, I know this video will be very random, but I care a lot about you. You don't know me, I don't know you, but I care a lot about you. You are very important in my eyes because you are human. I don't need to know you. I don't need to know the bad things you did. I don't need to know the mistakes you're going to make or the mistakes you have made or what direction your life is going to go into. I love you regardless. You are deserving of love. You are deserving of forgiveness. You are deserving enough to feel happy enough to smile. You shouldn't have to feel alone. You shouldn't have to feel like this is an issue or you're struggling. I love you. You are loved. Don't do something that's going to instinctively make you worse. Or don't act on impulse, please. Reach out. And if you're fine and you just wanted this video as a motivational approach, that's fine too. Everyone who clicks on this video is going to be destined for great. It doesn't matter if you're 1 year old. It doesn't matter if you're 5 years old. It doesn't matter if you're Joe Bartolozzi. It doesn't matter if you're Markiplier. It doesn't matter if you're Corey X Kenshin. You can be like them. It takes motivation. Humans can do anything through motivation and pride. Now, if you healthily articulate and regulate that motivation and pride, then it's okay. But don't bash others because you're not doing great or they're not doing what you think is great. If someone's doing something different and you bash them, that's wrong. Yes, you are in the wrong. You're not funny. You're not cool. You get laughs from making fun of someone else from other dickheads. That doesn't make you funny. No, it makes you a bad person. You're going to look down 5 years past your life and you're going to look back and regret it. And this video isn't directed towards the depressed people. It's directed towards everybody. Dickheads, fun people, happy people. And excuse my language, but every human, no matter how big or small, if you're black, you're white, you're Asian, you're Mexican, it does not matter. No one ever, and it isn't but these people do have the authority. No one ever has the authority to tell someone they are unwanted, unloved, that they shouldn't belong here, that they don't belong here, that just because they're different. It's not fair. And it's mainly a white people problem, I will admit. It is. Asian people are more beautiful than white people. White people are more beautiful than other people. Everybody's beautiful. And actually, I scratched that. No one's more beautiful than others. But people can be more unique. People can be more unique than the other. But I'm not going to sit here and lie and say it's going to be guaranteed to get better. Because, again, this is very random, but I know this is my first video and I keep switching back and forth, but you have to want to take the steps to make it better or else it'll stay the same forever. And that's just the fact. No matter how upset that makes you, it is the solemn truth. As much as it sucks, I know. I do. Trust me. It does not get any better. It won't get any better, no matter how hard you try or how much you want it to. It's not going to unless you help it. If you don't think anyone can help you, help yourself. Or else nothing will go right in your way. And that's just the truth. Because you are welcome and worthy of feeling great. Because you're destined to be great. And I just want to let you know that you are loved.